Well, that's the morning's work, all sitting there on the stools, ready to pour. I'll now go and light the furnace and melt the metal. It'll take about an hour, I guess, because there's 30 odd kilos by the time we've got it all molten. The metal's now hot enough, so I've turned the furnace off, and I'll first remove a bit of the dross off the top, and then we'll degass the metal. I degass it with argon, which comes out of this ligand, so specially designed, and I'll bubble argon through the metal, hopefully in the form of fine bubbles, for about 7 minutes at the rate of about 1 litre a minute. Maybe 1.5 litres a minute at the moment. And when that's done, we will flux off the metal, and then we'll be ready to pour. The degassing's just about to finish, and you can probably, if you listen, hear the gas bubbling through the metal. It's bubbling a little hard. The flow rate may be a little high, I don't know. Pour out. Gas off. Have a quick check at the temperature before we go any further. Oops, daisy. Okay, that's pretty warm. A bit hotter than we need it at the moment, so we'll have to wait a while it cools. But in the meantime, we'll get the worst of this flux off, that the dross off rather, that the degassing is kicked up. Add some flux. Gently stir it in, not too viciously. We don't want to splash the metal around everywhere. That just makes things worse, not better. Gently. Leave it for a little while the flux warms up and dries out. That's pretty good. We can get rid of that lot now. You see, it's a nice dry dross that flux gives. It's very nice to work with. Now all we have to do is wait for the temperature to get down to the right level. That's it. The ladle is warm, properly warm, and I might put protection shield just on the edge here. thermocouple back in so we know where we are in temperature, and we'll just see what happens. 7:30, that's not too bad a temperature, that'll do it, I think. Right. I only need the one glove, I'm thinking. Oh.
Here's the day's production, all sitting just waiting, ready to have the risers cut off, risers and sprue cut off. And you can see a couple here from an earlier day's effort, which have in fact had the risers cut off from this end, and then just been roughly linished. Okay, I'll see if I can get a bit closer to give you some idea of the sort of surface finish I'm getting. I hope this is in focus. Surprisingly hard to do this. And just to show you that despite the best efforts, you still wind up with getting failures, you look at the flange, the underside of the flange on this one, and you can see where I've had loose grains of sand here and here that have absolutely destroyed this casting. It's a pity, but that's what happens. Despite my best efforts to make certain that I got rid of all the loose sand, some of it snuck by me. So that one's a dead loss, and I'll have to repeat that casting.